FIFA just did something it really did not want to do. It opened an official investigation into Lionel Messi's Argentina. After the ugliest final in recent memory, with players and coaches throwing punches and grabbing throats on the pitch, world football's governing body has been dragged into launching a formal probe. And a chunk of the Argentina squad is now staring down World Cup bans. So here's the question everyone is asking, and the one I don't think we'll ever get a straight answer to. Did FIFA actually have to do this? Or is this a carefully staged show, a way to prove to a furious watching world that they don't favor Argentina after all? We may never know which it is. But here's what I do know, for certain. Argentina are in serious trouble. And the players who were in that fight are in the worst trouble of all. Because there were cameras everywhere, the footage is damning, and they got caught red-handed. Let me walk you through exactly how deep this goes. First, the game itself, quickly, because we have broken this match down in full elsewhere, and I will not rerun the whole thing. Here's all you need for context. This was not a football match so much as a 2-hour physical assault with a scoreboard bolted on. Somewhere in the region of 50 fouls, 5 yellow cards, and a performance from Argentina so cynical and so devoid of actual attacking football that they finished the biggest game on earth, having failed to put a single shot on target while allowing Spain 12. Their entire game plan was to foul, spoil, and drag Spain into the mud, and it culminated in stoppage time at the end of normal play, with Enzo Fernandez launching studs up through Spain's teenage defender Pau Cubarsí and earning a second yellow. Off. Argentina played all 30 minutes of extra time with 10 men, which made Enzo the first player sent off in a World Cup final since 2010. That's the mess. Now here's the part that turned a bad night into a disciplinary one. When the final whistle blew, some Argentina players slumped to the turf, Messi among them. And then, as Spain's squad sprinted across the pitch to celebrate, Nahuel Molina did the single dumbest thing a losing player can do. As Rodri jogged past him, Molina appeared to punch Spain's captain in the stomach. That was the fuse. Rodri turned, confronted him, and Molina squared up aggressively. Eric Garcia ran in to back up his captain, and that's when Leandro Paredes, who had been picking fights all night, arrived and grabbed Garcia by the throat, shoving him backward. Then Paredes went after Gavi, forcing him to the ground with a hand in his face, while teammate Thiago Almada helped dump the Spaniard down. And it wasn't just players. Argentina's assistant coach, Roberto Ayala, was caught on camera apparently grabbing Garcia around the throat too, and then appearing to strike Spain's Dani Olmo. Off to the side, Nicolas Otamendi was in Rodri's face, with a verbal barrage about crying to the referees. Scaloni, to his credit, sprinted around trying to pull his own people off the champions. It was, as Joe Hart put it on the BBC, disgusting behavior. Alan Shearer was blunter, saying Paredes threw 2 or 3 haymakers into someone's face. A world champion had just been crowned, and Argentina's response was to try to fight them. And here's where FIFA's nightmare truly begins, because now they have to do something about it. On Monday, FIFA confirmed it had opened a disciplinary investigation, appointing what it calls a disciplinary and ethics prosecutor under Article 36 of its code specifically to examine the post-match incidents. That's the formal machinery. In plain English, a dedicated investigator will now sit down with the referee's report, the official match documentation, and every angle of video footage, and decide who gets sanctioned. Molina, Paredes, Almada, and assistant coach Ayala are all reportedly in the frame. And that last name matters more than people realize. It's one thing for players to lose their heads in the raw seconds after a final, but when a member of the coaching staff is caught on camera, apparently grabbing a player by the throat and swinging at another, that's a federation-level problem, not a hot-blooded player excuse. It drags the AFA itself into the disrepute conversation. Paredes is the obvious headline, the throat grab, the shove on Gavi, an apparent chokehold that carries an automatic red if confirmed. But the prosecutor now has a spread of names, both on the pitch and on the bench, to work through. And this matters because the prosecutor won't be limited to looking at violent conduct in a narrow sense. Article 13 of FIFA's code covers offensive behavior and fair play. The language about violating the basic rules of decent conduct and bringing the sport into disrepute. That clause carries the power to hand down bans that apply globally, across every competition. So this isn't a slap on the wrist from a domestic league. This is world football's governing body deciding whether members of the losing finalists should be barred from the game itself. Add another line to the charge sheet, because there's a detail here that should make FIFA squirm. When Paredes grabbed Garcia by the throat, the referee's system briefly flashed up that Paredes had been shown a red card. Then, moments later, that red card was quietly deleted, and FIFA confirmed no disciplinary action was taken on the field at the time. Sit with that for a second. In the middle of a brawl, an apparent chokehold, which, if confirmed, is an automatic red card offense, was flagged and then erased in real time. For a channel like this one, which has spent this whole tournament documenting how the whistle kept bending Argentina's way, that little vanishing red card is almost too on the nose. Whether it was a genuine feed error or something stranger, the optics are catastrophic. The world watched an Argentina player grab an opponent's throat, watched a red card appear, and then watched it disappear. FIFA now has to investigate after the fact the exact thing its own officials seemingly declined to punish in the moment. And just when you'd think one investigation is enough, here's why the title says the nightmare gets worse. FIFA is running a second probe on Argentina at the same time. After the semi-final win over England, Argentina's players celebrated with a banner reading Las Malvinas son Argentinas, the Falklands are Argentine, smuggled into the Atlanta Stadium by supporters. FIFA explicitly prohibits political statements from players and teams, and it has already begun the process of potential disciplinary action. The players who held it up, reportedly Christian Romero, Giovanni Lo Celso, and Lisandro Martinez, could themselves face bans, and the Argentine Football Association is looking at a probable fine. So this is not one incident, it's two open FIFA cases against the same team from the same tournament stacked on top of each other. The dossier keeps getting thicker. Now, let me take this seriously and be fair, because the story has real nuance and I'm not going to pretend otherwise. And before the fairness, one more thing the prosecutor will absolutely be weighing. This is not a first offense for this group. It's a pattern with receipts. Go back to that 2022 title and the Golden Glove gesture and the Mbappe mockery. Then Argentina won the 2024 Copa America, and Enzo Fernandez, the same Enzo sent off on Sunday, had to publicly apologize after posting a video of a squad chant the French Federation condemned as racist and discriminatory. That same year, goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez was banned